Kaspa vs Sui, the real comparison, a response to invest answers. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Chris and today we're about to do something different. I'm about to give a response to invest answers because you asked me to do that, and I'm going to do that because I would like to defend my investment, and also for the people who are watching me, I would like to represent an answer to this guy because he said lots of lies and lots of inaccuracies about Kaspa. In a way that he pissed me off at the end of the day. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, nothing against him, obviously. He has his opinion, but I would like to declare the lies. Okay, so on this video, it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be our typical video, our daily typical update. We're gonna see that in a very few, but in the majority of the video, we're gonna analyze this current debate that he had around Kaspa vs Sui. So, if you're interested to know that, all you have to do is to remain until the end of the video. And before we continue, I would like to clarify you that I'm not a financial advisor. Whatever that you are going to see on this video is my own personal opinion, my personal approach. Always do your own research before any kind of financial investment. And let's go straight into the video. First of all, Kaspa yesterday did an insane rally. That was astonishing. We saw again the Kaspa above 1 billion, which was something that I was expecting. I have told you that from time to time, Kaspa would drop under ranked 40. It's going to reverse all these various technical analysis and indicators because Kaspa relies more in fundamentals and not in technicals. It's community-driven project. No one can. Who's gonna dump the Kaspa under 3 cents? No one. That's why I was telling you that Kaspa will reverse with any news that's gonna come, that's gonna emerge. The price will spike up, and we can see another all-time high from time to time, as it's happening right now. We didn't saw the all-time high, but we saw an incredible rally, and maybe today or the next coming days, maybe we can see a new all-time high. And let's move straight right now into the topic, Kaspa vs Sui, the truth. Okay, I'm not gonna show highlights from his video. I don't want this video to get down because for some reason he can actually get this video down for copyright. So it's gonna be 100% my content, and I took everything that I would like to say on this video and I put it in a board, as you can clearly see, and a couple notes by the end of the video that I would like to discuss more. And guys, initially, let's take the things by the first point. And I would like here to tell you before we continue that I haven't incorporated all these things that he said around the devs activity, the daily transactions. These things are ridiculous. For me, these things doesn't deserve even an announcement. I'm gonna just announce the basic lies and some inaccuracies that need further explanation. So let's start. He said that Sui is a DAG, okay, that's correct, and the blockchain type, I mean, and the Kaspa is a block DAG, okay, that's correct. Programming language, he said move, and Kaspa has the Go and Rust. It has the Go now, the Rust will come in the future, okay, right now is on the testnet. I would like to declare that for those who don't know. Security, he said, proof of stake for Sui, proof of work. And as you know, my opinion for proof of stake, the rich get richer. Obviously, proof of stake is the power of the rich guys. Okay, only these guys have access to the network and they can manipulate the network. So for me, the security is very low for a proof of stake because it can manipulate it. If someone has too much money, he can buy as many nodes as he would like, and he can actually manipulate the whole network. Anyway, security for Kaspa, proof of work, Nakamoto consensus. Okay, but he said decentralization is low for Sui, which I agree because it's centralized because or due to the proof of stake. And for Kaspa, he said decentralization is low, and I would like correct that, and I will say here that decentralization is high, very high, the highest, if I can say, with other more bullish words. So he actually calculated that with a metric that called Nakamoto coefficient. These metrics are inaccurate. Okay, you cannot actually calculate the decentralizations with the valid nodes and etc. These metrics are not correct, and we have seen in the past even very similar metrics like that show that Bitcoin had 2 to 4 points, and actually projects like Solana had even more than Bitcoin. So these metrics are inaccurate. Okay, we cannot. Solana got more decentralization that Bitcoin. It's ridiculous. Don't rely that much in these stupid metrics. Okay, seriously. He said for the Sui ecosystem is growing and for Kaspa ecosystem is non-existent. I agree in some point, is non-existent yet. Okay, but Kaspa has different purpose. Okay, Kaspa designed to become peer-to-peer electronic cash system, a monetary system for peer-to-peer transactions. And even we have seen some payment integration into the Kaspa ecosystem. So the ecosystem of Kaspa is very early, okay, because right now we have another focus. We have a focus to implement the Dark Knight and the Rustlang. In a second phase, we're gonna start focusing to evolve the ecosystem, if people would like. Anyway, that's something that we're gonna discuss later. For the ecosystem for Sui that he said that is growing, so it's like Solana, it's like Ethereum right now. It's very similar situation, but it's a DAG. It's like the H bar. So an ecosystem that's growing but is a proof of stake and it's centralized for me doesn't have any sense. Okay. Anyway, community active and active. Okay. Let's move on. Scalability, more scalable, less scalable. And here we are laughing. Okay, Kaspa is the only real trilemma solver. It provides scalability, 1 block per second, and also it provides security and decentralization because the proof of work. And let's continue. He said security, less secure, more secure. Um, I think he said more secure than Sui, but I would like to add here um, is more secure even than Bitcoin. Okay, Kaspa is even more secure than Bitcoin because the exploitation of the orphan blocks. The only right thing that he said here that Sui is less complexity, Kaspa is more complexity. I agree here. Kaspa is more complexity because the Ghost stack and all the future protocols are more complex than the REST blockchain or the DAG protocols or whatever. Applications, he said here, gaming, social media, IoT for Sui, financial transactions, supply chain management. In some way, it's correct. We move on. Block time, as you can clearly see here, block time, 1 block, less than 1 second for Sui, 1 block per second for Kaspa. We know that with a Ghost stack. Very soon, with the Rust implementation, we're about to see 10 blocks here per second, which is the speed, the ultimate speed. This is what we are looking at. He said that for Sui is less than 1 second per block. I don't know if this is valid or not, but I don't care because it's a proof of stake. Okay, finality less than 1 second. He said, uh, like it's a lightning speed. Anyway, I don't know, but I don't care either because it's a proof of stake. Okay, and for Kaspa is up to 10 seconds the finality for the ultimate confirmation to send the transaction. Up to 10 seconds, you have already sent your transaction. And he said maximum transactions per second, 297 up to that number, up to 297,000 transactions per second for Sui, 2,000 transactions, he said, for Kaspa, which is false. Maximum transactions is for Kaspa 300 per block. Okay, 1 block per second, 300 transactions per second. So when we're gonna see the 10 blocks per second in the Rust after Rust implementation, we're about to have maximum 3,000 transactions per second, but with 10 blocks. This is what we are looking. Okay, don't compare the transactions per second with blocks per second. Blocks per second is what we are looking at, and Kaspa has that. Anyway, social media engagement. This was very funny. He compared the social media engagement 617,000 followers of Sui and 81,600 followers for Kaspa, and he actually compared these things. And guys, the funny thing is that Sui has 7.5 times more bigger engagement than Kaspa, and Kaspa has better engagement, which means that Sui maybe has got bots or inactive community. Who knows? Anyway, this is some important things that I would like to mention you for some comparisons that he said. And right now, let's go to some notes to fix, okay, for some words and phrases that he said. He said that Kaspa proof of work isn't decentralized because he calculated that with Nakamoto coefficient, which is not an accurate metric. So Kaspa is using the same proof of work Nakamoto consensus principles as Bitcoin, so it is a decentralized as Bitcoin. So it is like he's saying that Bitcoin isn't decentralized. Okay, because as I told you before, we saw a metric similar to Nakamoto coefficient that showed Bitcoin had 2 to 4 points of those metrics, and Solana had even higher than that, which is completely inaccurate. Okay, this is crazy. Anyway, let's move on. He said that DAG is more scalable than blockchain, and Ghost DAG is less scalable than blockchain. What the hell? Here is the ultimate funny thing, because I would say only here that 1 block per second. Okay, this is the answer. 1 block per second. You can check that in the mainnet, and very soon you're gonna see 10 blocks per second. It doesn't much more explanation here. It's really funny. He was even calling in the top of some categories Kaspa tokens. Okay, he was calling the Kaspa tokens, which shows me that he still doesn't know some basics of Kaspa. Kaspa has coins, not tokens. Okay, 95% of the coins he said is from the people who got above 100k Kaspa coins. It's a pretty concentrated in the top, and it's not like Bitcoin and Ethereum widely spread. Ethereum widely spread. That's ridiculous, guys. Ethereum, as we saw in a previous video, had approximately 60 million Ethereum into the insiders before the lands. Crazy things. Okay, at 32 cents, 60 million Ethereum at 32 cents. That says everything. Okay, and even Bitcoin, he comparing Bitcoin with Kaspa. Bitcoin in 2011, because Kaspa is a 2-year project, and as I have told you in my tweet, in a previous tweet, I have told you that in the past, in the future, to become a dolphin category, to be in a dolphin category above 100k, it's gonna be very rare. Okay, it's gonna be even hard to become fish. By 2025, by 2029, it's gonna be even hard to become a fish. So the things that he's speaking about are completely no sense. Okay, and also these categories are made for entertaining purposes. Okay, because we would like to separate the investors, and to become a dolphin, even before a couple of weeks, you will need less than 3k, which wasn't a big deal at all. Okay, I became fish the first time that I entered into Kaspa and I invest in Kaspa. I became a fish with $1,500. That was the cost of 100,000 Kaspa coins. And right now, with the current price, you will need $4,700 to become a dolphin. And in the future, we're gonna have this perfectly widely spreaded coins distribution, as he spoke about. Even though if this has no any kind of sense. But anyway, let's move on. He also spoke about massive inflation, 234% last year. Lots of printed tokens, he said, which is crazy. That's because, guys, of the rapid emission schedule of Kaspa to prevent the ASIC machines from coming out and owning the majority of the max supply. They did it fast for the GPU miners to mine the majority of the max supply. As it happens, 70% belongs to GPU. That's to GPU miners. That's why it was inflationary. So ASICs right now are only beneficial to the network protection, and they cannot do any serious damage to the network. And this is not the only reason why the Kaspa team did a rapid emission schedule, but that's for another topic. And as we move on, almost 97% and above will be out by 2026, which is approximately 27 billion. And here, guys, I would like to tell you that 234% inflation the last year, as he said, but the demand was higher than any other coin in the bear market. So we had crazy inflation, as he said, but also crazy demand. That's why we saw a bull run in a bear market for Kaspa. Let's move on. Kaspa rapid emission schedule is one of the smartest that I have ever seen in the crypto space. Obviously, these are my words, okay, not his. Um, the next, Kaspa has no ecosystem yet, he said. So that's in some way the only one of the only correct things that he said, but with still inaccuracies because Kaspa was designed to be a monetary system exactly as Satoshi Nakamoto imagined. It's a peer-to-peer monetary system which has robust security even bigger than Bitcoin due to the exploitation of the orphan blocks with the block DAC and also the same decentralization as Bitcoin. The only real trilemma solver. Scalability, security, and decentralization. First phase is to implement Rustlang and Dagnite into the mainnet, and then as the second phase, we are about to see an insane ecosystem growing. But that's not unnecessary too, okay? We can have this Kaspa network as a monetary system for peer-to-peer transactions. The ecosystem is gonna just add some more demand into the Kaspa network. But even if we won't see that, Kaspa will have a demand too, because it's designed to be a peer-to-peer transaction payment electronic cash system, which is gonna be decentralized, is efficient, and is superior than everything else that we have ever seen into the crypto space, even better than Bitcoin. It can also can be held as a store of value because it has fixed supply. You can do absolutely everything that you can do with Bitcoin, but it's far efficient than Bitcoin. Even now, we have some Kaspa payment integrations, etc., that are evolving day by day. And guys, here we'll close the video with his conclusion. Okay, he said that Sui was the winner after his very poor and bad research around Kaspa, and he said that he was confused how a project like Kaspa, which does nothing and is bigger from a market cap side than Sui and lots of other layer ones, proof of stake layer ones. He considered that suspicious. And let me actually reply to that and make this red letters. Suspicious for me is the pre-allocation coins to the team and insiders as the majority of projects in the crypto space and not the Kaspa. Let me answer you why. Because Kaspa designed to accomplish the main vision of Satoshi Nakamoto as he thought about a monetary system. It's a fair lance, no pre-allocation, no pre-mined coins, no venture capitalists. Nothing can dump the people. Nothing can dump the retail investors. Okay, so all the Kaspa investors are people who buy and never sell because they understand what Kaspa is, okay, and no one can dump them. No, non-team can dump, non-insiders can dump, no, the venture capitalist can dump, which bought very, very cheap prices of a coin before the launch. No one of these guys can dump the retail investors of Kaspa. That's why the Kaspa price doesn't drop that much and always goes up. Okay, Kaspa does a bull run in a bear market. That's why. Something that's happening with all other coins, Ethereum, Solana, Sui, that got pre-allocation coins. For example, for Sui to be a validator and to contribute into the network, you need to have $13 million to get a node. Crazy, okay? And also, these proof of stake coins like Solana, Sui, Ethereum, it's backed by thin air. Rich get richer by buying as many nodes as they like, as their money allowed them to buy, and with that way they can manipulate the whole network. So for me, this is suspicious. This is something that I won't ever trust. A monetary system that can be centralized, because if I would have to trust that, I can go with the government system too. It's almost the same thing. Okay, a few people got the power to manipulate the network, and we must service them just to be okay and use this service. I would like the decentralization. I choose Kaspa. I choose Kaspa because it's efficient, it's scalable, it provides you freedom. Your money always goes up. No one can dump the price of Kaspa. This is why some very basic protocols that Kaspa needs, not only for you, but for the humanity in general. It can bank the unbanked people. You can send Kaspa everywhere that you would like. It's transparent. It's transportable. Lots of use cases. Okay, and for me, the winner here is not the Sui, obviously. The winner is Kaspa, and for me, Kaspa is the winner of all altcoins. Not only in Sui, not only in Ethereum, not only in Solana, but in every altcoin that you can clearly see here. When you go and compare it clearly, without lies, with Kaspa, Kaspa is far better in everything. Okay, Kaspa is far better than everything. It's exactly the Bitcoin 2.0. It's exactly the Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto imagined to create. With other words, is the perfect Bitcoin. So this is the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down below in the comment section if you have any question. I will be happy to reply that. And from tomorrow, we're gonna start our typical daily updates, okay, as we usually do. So until my next video, your boy Chris out. Bye.